Why is that? Go live. Okay, something is up. Hello everyone. Hi. Okay, Facebook doesn't let me to start my live. There we go. Are you letting me? Great. No? Okay. You're gonna have to forget about Facebook for now, I guess. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome. Today live is going to be about Christmas and New Year, and how are we going to have not only a good time at Christmas and New Year, but we're gonna have an amazing time, okay? So to start out, I want to ask all of you, please, if you find any of my videos helpful and beneficial, please share it and send it to other people so they can get some use from these videos too. Also, please follow me on YouTube, Sudi_Burnett, Facebook, Sudi_Burnett, and also my Instagram, Sudi Burnett. Turn on your notification so when I'm going live, you don't miss the fresh lives and you're with me during the lives and you can ask your questions. All right. So hello everyone. Hello. Good to have you all here. Without any further ado, let's get started. At the beginning, number one, I want us all to remember that this Christmas and New Year, it's different, okay? So now that we know this year is different, how could we accept and celebrate the difference in this year, and not to go back to other years, not to go and revisit the past and then compare it and say, oh, this last year, other years, it was blah, 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 and this year we can visit the families, do not do that, okay? So first step, this year is different. I am accepting that this year is different, and I'm embracing the change. So many of us have extremely difficulties with accepting change, and me also, for being a Taurian, have major problems with getting used to the change. But I have learned over the years that I need to accept change and I need to embrace change. Remember, guys, right now, energetically, the way the universe is changing the lessons, which is the collective learning and lessons for us, is that we are changing the paradigm. We are shifting to a different paradigm. Realizing this, we understand that sometimes where we're at and the new change and where we're going, there would be a gap, which I'm going to talk further about tomorrow, Sunday, in our webinar, 10 a.m. Los Angeles time. Okay, so one of the thing that you and I feel stuck is that when we're going through a transition, finishing up the past, a chapter, and starting up a new chapter, it seems like there is a void there that's nothing is happening, is kind of stuck. But don't get fooled by that. This is not what is happening. This is not what is going on. Actually, we are shifting to a higher dimension, and this is good. Okay? So the second step, generally, I want to share a secret with you guys. I never had a mentor in my life, but somehow I knew from the time I was a little girl that the way I'm looking at things, that thing will change forms. Okay, so when something happened, and believe me, I've been going through a lot of stuff, but I never hit the bottom. I never actually felt depressed. I never felt hopeless. Why? Because the way my brain translates each situation. So when an obstacle, some of us call obstacles, chaos, something in the material world is happening. First of all, we need to understand that everything has energy. The whole universe is made up of energy. There's no place or there's no thing that you can't find energy in it. Okay? So now that we know each word also has its own energy. So when we're saying something, we call it an obstacle. Obstacle, it's a low vibration. It's a stuck energy. It feels as though there is a huge rock and it's impossible to move it around, right? So don't use the word obstacle. I never use that word. Instead, I chose challenge or challenges. Now, when we look at the word challenge, the vibration is totally different. Challenge, it feels like there are so many opportunities. So when something showed up in my life, and the first thing I thought about, this is a challenge. This is an opportunity that has arises so I can strengthen my muscle. This is an opportunity for me to go to my brain hard drive and tap into the whatever gifts. Let me tell you, because okay, I got it. Something shows up because I'm not only hearing voices, but I also get pictures. So right now, as what I'm getting, I want to share that picture with you. Imagine in your mind eyes, your brain, right? The right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. So in this whole 3 pounds brain, imagine that you have access to the whole files and to the whole library. And then imagine there are so many gifts unwrapped, you haven't get to touch it. After all, it's Christmas and Santa Claus has left me so many gifts that I haven't opened up. But when you look at your brain and you see in a distance, there are all those wrapped up gifts that you haven't get a chance to open them. Now imagine in front of you, there are so many boxes, so many stuff that, for instance, you packed up a lot of clothes from 20 years ago or maybe 10 years ago that you never wore and you're never going to wear it, but you didn't give it away. You didn't circulate the energy. So you left those boxes there, equipments, things that are half broken. And you thought, okay, maybe some days I'm going to give it away, or maybe some days I'm going to get into it and I'm going to fix it, but you never did. Okay, so if all these boxes are in front of you and these are all garbage, these rubbishes that's in it needs to be thrown away, right? So, but you haven't thrown them away. So in our hard drive, there are many, like poisonous or like spoiled, vibrational thoughts and emotions and memories that's right in front of us, and we need to start to spend some time to get rid of them and remove them one by one. Then we have access to all those gifts. So imagine when a challenge shows up, if you know that in your hard drive you have the solution, you have the gifts there, and in some situation, maybe not just one, but many solutions to that challenge, then you tell yourself, okay, I know the solution to resolve this issue. It's in the hard drive. Okay, so you take a deep breath. Okay, I'm not hopeless. I'm not helpless. It's in there. I just need to get access to it. Okay, so by removing all the garbages in front of you, then you have access to the solution to resolve this challenge. But what I want you to be aware of right now is the way you're looking at a situation and the events, and is the way that your mind is translating it as an obstacle, as a something that shouldn't be there, and why is it there, and then why me, why these things happens to me, how come everybody else have it so good and easy. Please don't go there. Okay, so realize that you have the solution, and this challenge has showed up as a gift from universe or Santa Claus for you guys to realize how powerful you are and tap in to the talents, your abilities that you weren't aware till now that you have them. Okay? So take a deep breath. I know the solution is there. This is an opportunity for me to find out what other ability, capabilities, talents do I have that I wasn't aware of till this moment. Okay? That's the next step. Now, coming back to Christmas and New Year, if you guys are single, you don't have a partner right now, you are like me on your own. So what I would do in this case would be a day before Christmas, I'm going to start doing a deep cleansing, because Christmas is only a few days away from the New Year, right? So I'm going to go to my hard drive and see mentally, are they things that unconsciously I'm revisiting? Are they some memories, some attachments, some stuckness, some revisiting the past that is there and I'm not aware? And then I come to my awareness and I say, oh, okay, great. I seen that, I experienced that, I felt that, but right now at this moment, I don't need to have that anymore. I need to create more space in my hard drive, in my brain, in my emotional body. What emotions have I got stuck there that is not very pleasant? But when I'm not conscious and when I'm not aware, my body is going back and revisiting that trauma, that anxiety, that hopelessness. Okay, so I need to get rid of those. I'm going to detox my emotional body, and then I'm going to come to my physical body. Maybe I have a bath with sea salt or with Epsom salt, and I cleanse my body and I cleanse the whole place. Are they papers? Are they old papers that I stacked up? And I'm thinking, me for myself, because I take a lot of notes. I write a lot of stuff. And I always end up stacking loads of papers that I think, oh, maybe someday I want to talk about this. Maybe someday it's going to be useful. I'm going to use it in a course or something. But now that Christmas is coming, a New Year, I'm going to go through those papers and I'm going to say, you know what? All of those information is already here in this hard drive. I don't need to stack up these papers, and I don't need to hold on to them. So I'm going to throw away all those papers. Everything that is stuck energy, I'm going to have to release it. I'm going to have to remove it. So that's the day before Christmas, right? Now, when it comes to Christmas Day, for those of us like me who are single and we're living alone, this is how I am going to do my Christmas Day. I'm going to sit down with myself and I'm going to let my imagination go. I'm going to go just wild on what do I want to experience? Where do I want to go? What do I want to achieve? And then I always have this thing in mind, guys, that I came here since I was a little kid. Of course, when I was a little kid, 4 or 5, I thought my mission was to make everybody else happy. So I was those charming, funny, cute, bubbly kid that lift up everybody's mood. But as years passed by and I got older, then I often thought, how can I help others in this journey to come with me? And you see, till today, when I'm doing something, even if it's about business, I want to get everybody else to come along. I want them to learn. I want them to move. I want us to join and learn to work together, to collaborate together. Okay? And always ask yourself this question. Like this time, at this journey, this time, at this reincarnation, at this moment, how can I make planet Earth better than when I got here, right? Because so often, so many of us, since we're living our lives unconsciously, so many of us always think this planet Earth owes us something and it's got to do this and it's got to do that for me. But when we switch and when we change this to, I came here on a mission to cultivate, to make this planet Earth much better than when I arrived. So what have I done since I got here that better the earth, it betters the humans? What did I do to get my fellow soul friends to live their journey easier and with more fun? So keep this in the back of your mind. What are you doing every day that you're making this planet better than when you arrived? You can write me your comments, guys. Tell me, What have you done? Every day, what are you doing to help your fellow soulmates here? How are you helping them to go through their lessons with more joy and ease? Are you helping them out? Or are you, on the contrary, creating more problems and more obstacles in front of them, making their journey even harder? All right? So, this for me, then I would let my imagination soar. Like, what do I want to do? How am I making this planet much better? How am I helping more people to live a better life, to make their journey easier? And then I let my imagination go and say, oh, do this, do da 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 da. And then I would make myself an amazing Christmas dinner. And to me, since I have been living on my own for many years, to me, it's never a question, oh, I'm living on my own. Why should I cook meals, or why should I? No, it's never, because I matter. I am the center of this universe. Okay? So, I write down everything that my imagination had brought up to my imagination. I write it down, and then I can even go further into it for steps. Like, okay, so if I want to do this, if I want to achieve this goal, what are the steps? Where do I start? And then I do that. And I play Christmas music, and I enjoy my dinner very mindfully. And then I watch maybe a couple of Christmas movies. I love movies. And then that's it for me. It's full, it's enjoyable. You're going to make it big this year? Yes, Laden, I'm so glad to hear that. All right. Now, for those of you who have partners, right? Maybe since before we haven't reached Christmas or New Year yet, maybe you guys have some challenges. So what you can do at this time, or a day, or maybe you need to even start from today and go through the arguments, what's going on, what's happening between you and your partner. And I want you to switch your approach till now. I want you to think that whoever this person is, this is a teacher. Maybe he's the professor of my university. This character has signed up before to come in to my life at this point and this time to teach me a lesson. Leave the teacher alone. Thank you very much for coming and playing this role, whatever it is. Okay? And then it comes back to me. Yesterday, I was doing a session with someone and I told her that she was a narcissist. Oops! Now, I said it in a very diplomatic, gentle way. I said, have you heard about narcissists? And do you know what are the characteristics of someone who's a narcissist? So she said no. She got a little bit like she got the hint that I said, I would like to bring this invitation to you right now to see where and how this could apply to you. Then when we go through the sessions and she comes out with her story, this and this and this and that, okay, At one point, I said to her, I said, in this incident, if we go back, stay with me, guys. This could help you guys too. I said, in this situation, if we go back, would you change it or would you do the same thing again? And she says, oh, definitely. If I had a chance to go back, I would do it differently. I said, can you tell me how you would do it differently? And she said to me, oh, blah, 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 family is good, it's better for la, la, la. And I said to her, I said, can you please repeat what you just said? She repeated herself again. And I said to her, I said, let's go back to that narcissist personality. A narcissist has a lens only on themselves. They don't give a hoot how much their actions and their reactions is bothering or hurting or creating wounds in other souls. They don't care about that because their lens is only on themselves. So I said to her, I said, the reason I asked you to repeat it, I wanted to see, would it be about the person that you have hurt, the person that you created that wound? But it wasn't. Each time that you reapplied and you changed it, it was again about you. That you felt better if you were family or you were this would be better. I said, that's the narcissist lens. And I'm sorry to say, so many of us conscious, happily hapulu, that we think we're in the spiritualities and we're healers and I don't know where you guys are at. You're just going somewhere else again and you're assuming that you have awakened and you're full of light and you're love, love, love. But you're not, because you are still driven by your ego, an ego that hasn't been tamed. Therefore, you're under assumption that you're this amazing, holy, jolly mother who's doing everything for your kids, not knowing how you are hurting them and how you're creating those wounds. But when you get a session with me, it all comes back to you. What makes you feel good? Oh, the problems that you went through. And it never occurs to come and say, oh my God, I really hurt my kids. I really create a wound. How can I help them? No, it's all about, I'm not feeling good. I have this anger inside of me that I don't know. And then we claim that we are so amazing. We are so holy, jolly, light and love and, right? Okay, so right now, what I want you to do, whoever is in a relationship, and I don't care if this relationship, it's a lover, it's a husband, it's a wife, it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, kids. I want you to have this in mind from the morning when you wake up. Where is your lens? And if you be honest enough, which most of us unfortunately are not, it's always about them. They're doing this, they're doing that. If they stop not triggering me, which I'm going to talk about triggering too tomorrow in my life, right? But the majority of you are claiming that you are awakened. I am telling you, watch your lens. But this really needs your course too. Harmony buddies, everybody's, even me, guys. I'm not an exception to the rules, all right? So, where is my lens? When have I switched from this camera, which is ego mind, to the other camera, which is heart and soul? Have I ever switched and experienced that lens? Because, Toktam, do you want to join my live, or are you just doing something that you don't know what you're doing? Toktam, if you want to join my live, tell me, yes, I want to join your live. Say that, but don't just send a request. Anyways, okay, so we are coming to stand back, watch those two lenses, and see where are we coming from. Now, if you're gonna do this, you have to erase the whole past. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You need to, yes, lens means sight. Cameras, two cameras. I explained that. There's a camera on the right side, which is ego mind driven, meaning behind the mind is the ego operating that camera. And on the left side is the heart, the soul is operating that camera. Okay? Toktam wants to join. Okay, let me finish this, honey. Toktam John, give me 3 minutes to wrap this up, and then I would love to have you on my live to join. Everybody should join. Everybody should join, but what is it that we're joining? The ego club or the soul club? Right, okay. You need to erase the past, meaning you're meeting your husband, boyfriend, kid for the first time. There's no past. Oh, he did that to me. Oh, la, 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 la. How can I forget this? How can I do this? How can I blah, blah? No. You are meeting this person for the very first time. And then you're going to operate from there. Second step, you are aware. Which lens are you going to continue this journey? Ego or soul? And I made it extremely simple, but I'm sorry if you guys are getting tricked by your ego constantly, that you're thinking you're coming from your soul. That clever ego, love it. Love that ego. That's the challenge. That's why we're here, guys. We're coming here on this planet Earth with the ego, and the ego is the main reason that's taking us through each lessons to strengthen our abilities, to see how aware or unaware we are. Love this opponent. It's here for a reason. All right? My ego is very happy right now. My ego is telling me right now, I love it every time I hear my name, ego. He loves it. Yeah. So, you're coming to start fresh, brand new. And it's going to get even harder because knowing that you might have this role of a narcissist and now you want to change it, knowing this, now you gotta make it all about them. So, when your partner comes and complaining, oh, the economy is blah, 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 blah. Instead of going to, oh, why did I attract this piece of shit? Is constantly negativity, complaining. Instead of doing that, come from a place of love and compassion. Pay fully attention to what this person is saying. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying to grab their negative energy. That's not what I'm saying. You're holding your ground. Really, Nima? What is my plan? Some people don't just get it that you have taken them out of your life. They just don't get it. They do get it, but they want to pretend that they're not getting it. That, at times, I need to cut out some people out of my life. Not everybody welcome in my space, but I am aware that I can love them from the distance. Not from my space. Love you from the distance, but no, I have set up my boundaries. And in my boundaries, because I'm thinking about collectively, by not allowing energy vampires, negative people to come and try to throw some poison in my field, I cut them out of my life because I am aware by me being and operating at my highest vibration, I am helping a lot of people. Are you with me, guys? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes or no? People don't need to be in your space. Empty out your space. I'm happy every morning when I wake up. Why? Because I live alone. Nobody's in my space. I love it. Yeah. But this past week, guys, I have cut out a series of people out of my life. And I have been extremely transparent to one of them. He has been an old friend. And he's in the same field as I am. Actually, when he was in this field of healing and spirituality and blah, 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 I wasn't even here. So we became friends. And I made it very clear at the beginning, listen, I see that in my past life, we have been brothers. Okay? We have this soul connection. And although in this lifetime, he's older than me, but he's acting like a little child. He constantly wants my attention. He wants my opinion. He wants to blah, blah, blah. And everything he wants to do, I need to tell him. And whenever he wants to have an event, oh, sister, you gotta come. Oh, chief, you gotta come. I can't do it. And I have done it for many years. And then finally I said to myself, enough is enough. I don't have to jump in for a narcissist each time. That is everything about him, because we had a friendship 15 years. So I had a conversation with him last night. No, not last night, a couple of nights ago. I said, listen, I do not like your energy. You're a narcissist. It's always about you. I always have to hear about what you're going through, and I always have to give you guidance, and I always have to come. Do you ever ask me, how are you? Do you ever text me or leave a voice message after 10 times calling? Your urgency about your weight loss or your urgency about this and that. Do you ever leave a message and say, there's nothing I wanted to know. I don't have any question. I just wanted to see how you're doing. Never. Okay. So in my full transparency, I told him, I said, you're a narcissist. It's always been about you. This is not the first time I'm telling you. I have been telling you over and over and over, and I'm not going to be dropping everything. Each time you have questions or you want solutions or you want this and this and that, and try to grow up. You're older than me, for God's sake. Okay, we have a lifetime that you were my younger brother, but this life is not that life, and don't get them confused. All right? So setting up boundaries, it's very important. Unfortunately, most of us don't know how to set our boundaries. Whether it's mother or father or sister or brother or blah, blah. Setting boundaries means I have self-worth. And the other day I said self-worth comes from loving ourselves. Good. I'm glad you're learning. Yes. Okay. So when I love myself, guys, that's not being self-centered. When I love myself, I care enough to have my energy, my surrounding, my life clean, because then I can be vibrating on a higher level. And remember, guys, each of us have different lessons for the same situation. Okay, so going back to the beginning, when I said a challenge shows up, okay, for me, because all my life, remember I left my country when I was 18. I came with a mission to make it on my own. Didn't want to get anybody's help. I needed to show myself what I'm really made up of. So for all these years, I have done everything on my own, because I always knew this hard drive has all the solutions in it. I don't need to look outside or ask anybody, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? No. All right. So setting boundaries means to love ourselves. Exactly. When is actually the other way around. When you love yourself, you set your boundaries and you hold them, you stick to them. When you don't love yourself, you might set boundaries, but you're going to break them all the time. Okay? So coming back to what I was saying, When I was going through all those challenges that were showing up, for me, since I always operated from my masculine energy, if most of you guys haven't read that from me, I'm more dominant in masculine energy, but I'm also operating from my feminine energy. So during the days, constantly this balance. When am I coming up from my masculine energy and when am I coming from my feminine energy? But because I hide and masked my feminine energy for many years, I was constantly operating from my masculine energy. All right. So while the masculine energy is the doer. What's the obstacle? Great. Let's resolve it. Okay. So I had to go about it very quickly to resolve it. Therefore, for me, sometimes the lesson was to don't do anything about it. Just let it go for a day or two. And because I was always so quick and fast to resolve a problem, when I let it go and was patient enough to sit, don't pay any attention, do other things, after a day or two, that issue would resolve on itself. But that was my lesson. But on the contrary, if you are the type of person when problem shows up, you are like, oh my God, obstacle. I can handle this. This is so big. Why me? If you are operating from there, then your approach would be different. Your approach will be to find a solution, find out and realize how powerful you are, and you go from there. I have nothing to say anymore to you people. Let's get, who was it? Took Tom, who wanted to go join with me. You can come on now. All right. Who is this? You were you. Let's see who this is who wants to join my life. Hello. Hi. Did you want to go? Did you want to join my live there? No, I think that was a mistake. Toktam. I don't know who this person was. I love you too, honey. I love you too. I love everyone. I can't imagine. Do you know why I love everyone? Because I don't know. That might sound extremely ego-driven, but I have always looked at people from above. I could understand, I could feel them and see what they're doing. Sometimes I could even see their steps before they were taking them. So, I told you guys that I was diagnosed with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, ADHD, whatever whatever it was. I had it. So when I got diagnosed about OCD, they told me, your brain is working too fast. We want to slow it down. And I thought to myself, why the heck do you want to slow down a quick, fast brain? I said, no, thank you. I didn't go that route. But what I'm saying is sometimes in life, guys, we come with something like my mind, my brain, that is like very quickly, very fast. My movement, everything is very fast and quick, right? So when your brain is working so quick and fast, and you also having two minds talking, having a conversation at the same time, um, it might seem like a problem. But at the same time, I realize if I only learn to shut down one of these speaking machine or character, and then later on shut down the other one, then I can reach the space of absence of both of them. And then, okay, so that was a good thing that I could learn so fast and quickly. I mean, the whole time when I went to college, I went to university, when I went to learn something, I was picking up so quickly that when every time I went to do hand out the teacher or professor my test, it was less than 20 minutes. And they would look at the paper like, are you done? Are you sure? So that was the good thing. But on the other hand, it was these two voices, everything that was going on, this dialogue, this conversation that can get you nuts, right? So remember, when we come with something, this has different sides, and it all depends on how you're looking at it. It could be something amazing. For someone, it could be a blessing, and for someone else could be a curse. It depends on, here again, what are you saying? How do I look at OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder? How would you look at it? First of all, honey, you can these days Google obsessive compulsive disorders. And that could show itself up in many, many ways and different ways. For me, I also was very obsessed about cleanness, tidiness. I remember if I would sit on the toilet and the towels, one of them wasn't straight, a little bit messed up, I couldn't pee. I had to get up, straighten that piece, and then sit back and do my business, whatever it was. And I remember when I was, it was at the point when I had an appointment, something really urgent. And for instance, I was involved by making a bouquet of flowers. And I would turn, oh, this one is low, that should come up, this should go there. I would spend so much time that sometimes I would miss time and I would miss my appointment. That's how OCD I was. And I would spend hours in my closet. So my closet has to go from long to short. It has to start from black and eventually had to lighten up. How did you direct that? By educating myself, honey. That's why I studied psychology, the brain, in and out. That's why all my teaching is here now, telling you that everything is in this machine. But you don't have to go through the whole, read 100 books about OCD. Just Google what is OCD and how do I solve and resolve it. Because I have always said, guys, first step in anything is awareness. That's the first step, that I am aware of what's going on. That's why so many of us As soon as we go to a psychologist or we go to a doctor and they said, this is your issue, then we're like, oh, I'm relieved. I'm OCD. Now I know what it is. The problem is resolved. I am OCD. That's why. Okay. So the first step I have always said is awareness. What is going on? And I also always said, in awareness, everything will dissolve. Now, from this moment on, you have to be aware what are your patterns that shows obsessive compulsive disorder. For some is the thoughts. We are constantly thinking about the situation and an event and we can't let it go. For some of us is about cleanness, tidiness. I had a session with someone that her OCD was so bad that she was married for 3 years and they weren't intimate. They didn't have sex because she was thinking, oh, that would be so dirty. Having something else that you don't know how clean and how this and disinfected it is coming inside my body. So it took her literally 3 years. But in period time, hormones are getting, yeah, when you get when it comes 2 weeks to before your menstrual time, your hormones are changing, estrogen, progesterone. So basically for women, estrogen is the testosterone for the man, right? So what is testosterone? Testosterone is your energy, is your boost, is your movement, is your muscle. That's testosterone. For women, estrogen is that. So before your period, your estrogen, and then what is the role of progesterone? Progesterone is constantly, when your hormones are working, is playing with the estrogen. Your estrogen comes up, progesterone comes and bring it down. Your estrogen drops, the progesterone comes and helps to bring it up. So it's this dance and balance between estrogen, progesterone, and even though we're females, we still have some testosterone, right? So when those hormones is the same thing for women who are going through pregnancy. Sudi John, read question loudly for YouTube who don't know what is the question. Oh, thank you. So you mean that I should repeat the question? Good idea. Thank you for being aware. I am extremely grateful and thankful. What is your suggestion for hormones imbalance? I have many suggestions, but let me tell you this, love. In my practice for the last 30 some years, I always recommend a private session. Why? Because having a hormonal imbalance is not the first issue. We're dealing with a very complicated machine, which is your brain, the chemical imbalances, then your emotions, then your physical, and all that, right? So oftentimes I have experienced people who have thyroid issues or they have hormonal imbalance. The underneath cause is adrenal, which is over gland. The adrenal gland is let me correct myself, is overactive. So if your adrenal glands, which is your stress hormone, is overactive, And as a result of that, too much um, um, oh, by the way, guys, you taking me out of this life. This is a health related, and I shouldn't be discussing this. Thank you, universe. Don't mix up things, guys. I cannot answer to any health related questions. What we can do, um, once a week, we will have the day that I'm going live regarding health. So you can ask these questions in that live. But this live today is about Christmas and New Year and Happy New Year. Yeah. All right, guys. So if someone wants to join my live, let me see how much time we have, because I got to do another live and then I got my sessions. My sessions will start. It's possible to cure anything. In my opinion, it's possible to cure anything because the creator is in the brain. I have never taken any medication in my life, and I will never take any medication because I'm smart enough to know the problem is created in my brain. So the first place that I will look into is there. What's going on there? Yeah. You know that when I'm an intuitive health and life coach. What does that mean? That means that energetically, when you're having a private coaching session with me, I tap into your energy field and I can scan and I can see what's going on. The majority of stuff, even OCD. I cured myself. What kind of a question is that, Parisa Jo? Do you think I'm just rambling off about myself that I had OCD and it was this and this? Why do you think I'm saying that? I'm saying this for you to realize that there's a cure for everything. And yes, okay. Now, if you guys are very interested in OCD, I can do a live about this. All right. So we're gonna end this live. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Okay, this is the issue I have with you guys. You don't get it. I'm saying there's a cure for everything. The issue is here. And then what about osteoporosis? So let's run this live another hour. And then each one of you individually ask me, what about migraine headache? And then I have to say, yes, everything is curable. We got to tap into the brain. And then you say, what about cancer? I said, yes, that's curable, but everything starts from here. Then you said, what about diabetics? What part of it is it that you guys are not getting? I had a live, which I said, the same, and this is not my saying. You probably heard it over and over from other people. The same mind that create illnesses can cure it. The illness, sickness starts in your brain and in your mind. What about love? I'm throwing you out of my channel, Parisa. Get out. No loving, no nothing. All right. Thank you, guys. I hope this live has helped you. Please follow me. Share my videos and lives and posts to others. Let's move in this energy and turn on your notification so anytime that I'm randomly going live, you don't miss it. Because Zora said today, I said, I'm going live. She says, what time? I said, I don't know, but I'm going. She said, please don't surprise me so I miss half of your live. Turn on your notification, guys, so you know, because I am unpredictable. What can I tell you? I wake up and I said, I'm going live. And then I tell the girls I'm going live. And they said, when? I said, in 5 minutes. I am unpredictable, like the planet Uranus. When something comes, I hear a message, go live, go live. I don't sit on it. So the feeling, the urge, the energy just dissipate and goes away. And I'm bringing this to your attention now, guys. Zareen, you are late on my life. Did you just show up right now? Notifications, Zareen, notification. Turn on notifications so you won't miss it. All right? Anyhow, after this, I'm going live again. I know, I was waiting. You mean for Sunday? Yes, Ladanjun. But I have had a discussion with Tara, which is on my Instagram right now. And everyone who doesn't know Tara, you can welcome her. She's the one who's responding to you guys. And also Sahar. So Sahar and Tara are working on my English channel. And we made a plan that every single day of the week, I'm going, hi Lavi, hi Sarnazjun, thank you for being here. Sudi Burnett underline support. Yes, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Marla John. Share, share. I know you always share my videos. Thank you. I'm very grateful for that. But anyhow, we decided, guys, to have a different topics each day of the week. So I don't want you to miss on anything. Okay, so different days on a week, I'm going to go live on different thing. And sometimes you see I do mutual lives, join lives with other people. So you have to turn on your notification that when you don't check my post or anything, or even for post, you get a notification so you don't miss the fresh live, because once you miss it, it's not fresh anymore. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna see you, but anyhow, be prepared for the best ever Christmas and New Year. Love you, light and love. Bye bye.